Just going live. So, good morning, everybody. Angela Jacobson here, the OzSuperNanny. I'm very excited this morning. I'm interviewing Brigette Sigley, and I will let you introduce yourself, Brigette. So, welcome. And Brigette is the founder of Focus on Living, and I'll let you explain a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Angela. It's interesting. If you'd asked me, would I have Focus on Living 5 years ago, I would have had no idea. So it's all been part of my journey. So Focus on Living, the focusonliving.com.au website actually helps, where it's a place where we give people hints and tips to stay well. And I have other bloggers come and post as well, and then there's there's other interviews in there with various health professionals. How it all actually started was because of my journey, and I set up something called Focus on Living School. And Focus on Living School actually teaches people that have a health challenge how to thrive.
Awesome. And can you tell us more about the school, Focus on Living School?
Yeah. So in order to do that, I guess I need to tell you my journey. And because 5 years ago, I would have had no idea that this would be my path, and I would be helping people. So my journey was, if I go back to, I was actually 35, and I had a really sore neck, and I felt like one of those Thunderbirds. I could hardly move it from one side to the other or up or down, and that became quite an issue because I just had my first child and he was 6 months old, so I could hardly look down at him. And my partner said to me, "Can you just go and get that checked out? It's driving me crazy." And I went and had an MRI, and it turned out that they said, "Right, this is a tumor, we've got to operate, and we've got to operate, tomorrow." And I didn't even have time to think about it, and the next minute I'm on the operating table, and they take out this tumor that was the size of a golf ball, and all I was concerned about was how quickly I could get back to doing all the things that I used to do. And I was running a small company at that time, and how you have those moments in time where you should listen to the universe. That was just not one of those times. So I didn't listen to the universe, and I didn't ponder about the reasons that could have happened to me, and went back to doing the same old thing. And then 5 years goes past, and I'm 39. And I could feel under my arm, I felt a little lump that was the size of a pea. And I thought, oh, it's probably just a cyst. And by that stage, I'd had now 3 children, and my business had grown, and I was traveling into the city of Melbourne each day, and it was pretty big and busy, and life itself was really busy. And look, I had, my relationship with my partner was all good, but inside I knew there was something missing. And so when I got that, the lump was there, eventually my hand kept going to it, and I thought, I need to go and get it checked out. And then I got the diagnosis that I had breast cancer, and that just rocked my world at that point. It was like, oh my goodness, what is the message that I'm not getting? Why do these things keep happening to me? And I started medical treatment, and it was a really slow process of chemo, and it became quite debilitating. Like, I couldn't make a decision anymore about my company or what to do, and so I at that point in time, as all my company was going down the toilet. Those things that I thought were really important, like the way I looked, I'd lost my hair. And suddenly, you know, I had to say, well, what do I need to do to keep myself well? And when I surrendered and opened myself up, I then went on this journey. I became the wellness junkie, and started to do everything I could to get myself well, and so that, you know, I would never be in that situation again. And it was great. So for 2 years, you know, I went and learned how to meditate, and I went off to a place called Gorla and did a retreat. Again, it was meditation and learn about nutrition and food. I went off to India. I really this time looked at my thought processes and what I was thinking about, you know, myself and how I thought. And, you know, I knew that I needed to love myself unconditionally. And I did. I had some counselling around that, and, you know, today I've got to a stage where I feel fantastic, and I feel moving forward that, you know, I'm thriving. And so once I'd done that, just coming back to focus on living school, and when I was going through my my health challenge, you know, some days, because of the treatment I was having, I just didn't feel like going anywhere. And if I'd had a program that I could do remotely and do in my own time when I was feeling like crap, that's what I was looking for. And I wanted to create something that combined the mind, body, and soul, and so that you could tick all those boxes off, that, you know, that I was doing absolutely everything for myself. And I also found that when through you know, doing all this work on myself, I felt really empowered, because the first diagnosis I had, I was really just in victim mentality, saying, fix me just so I can go and, you know, get back to my old patterns and routines, and not really saying, what do I have to do to keep myself well? So that's really how it started. So I wanted to share all this information I learned, and so I went and consulted various experts and said, look, I want to put this program together for people so that when they have a health challenge, they've got, you know, a place that they can go, that they can learn about the mind, body, and soul in order to keep well. And yeah, and then it came together, and it came together last year.
Wow. Well, you're very, very brave for sharing your story with us, but also good on you for helping other people now who are having a similar journey to you. Can you tell me about some of the participants that you've got and what they need to do at your school?
Sure. People that have been attracted to the program have really been people that have had a health challenge and are ready to take responsibility to say, I actually want to help myself to get well. So there's one lady that she was scared. She had cancer and leukemia, and she was worried that it might come back. And in the program, as part of the program, at the very end, the coach and I talk about how when you actually can face up to death and say, look, we're all terminal and we're all going to die one day, but are we making the most of every day? And, you know, what are you doing to make your heart sing and really start to feel grateful for things that makes life a lot easier. So there's a module in there that we do this exercise. Anyway, at the end she came out and she said she felt grateful for, you know, each day, and she stopped worrying about death. And I think the other part of that as well is that when we focus on something, it can become our reality. So if you're constantly focused on what if I die, what if I die, what if I die, it's not a good thing. Yeah, so she was one. We've had a few men go through the program, and one of the men that was on our program, and this was nice. He said that it was he'd never seen something where it was a one-stop shop where he could learn about, you know, meditation. There's a meditation module, and nutrition, and how your thought processes influence your reality, and then also the aspect of finding it and focusing on, you know, what you're passionate about and putting yourself forward. So having all of that in the one place, he found really valuable. And it was interesting. I guess there's been quite a few people that have gone through that have had an illness and then had something else happen to them, because often, you know, I look back on me and I think, well, in my first instance, I was just about fix me. I don't want to, you know, I'm just too busy. I want to get back to working the way I was and my life being as busy as it was. And it wasn't till a second diagnosis that I really thought, my goodness, what do I need to do to keep well?
Wow. Scary stuff, but good that you're so positive, and it's great that there's somewhere for people to go. So if anybody out there needs some help and wants to go to your school or get in touch with you, how do they do that?
The website of Focus on Living, so they can go to focusonliving.com.au.
I think I put that in the side of this hangout. I put the website on there as well, and I know I've put it on my social media too. But yeah, that's www.focusonliving.com.au for anybody. And what's your social media handles?
And then it's and then with Facebook, then it's just / you know, Focus on Living.
Cool. And you Google Plus pages under your name.
Yes, which is my name, which is Brigette Sigley.
Cool. And I've added that onto the link as well, so make sure everyone adds Brigette to their circles and get in touch. And what about your email address for anyone that wants to send you an email question?
That's a good idea. So my email is Brigette, BRIGETTE, at focusonliving.com.au. And Ange, I might just mention that in terms of the program, it's been set up so that people can do it whenever they want. So, and how it works is that there's 5 different modules, and that they have really short, easy clips to watch, and you download those, and then we have a weekly catch-up call. So, you know, if you're feeling like you need to be anonymous, that's all okay, but you can start whenever you want. So come check it out. You can even have a look at a couple of the clips to see if it's actually for you and is going to help you. And, you know, for those that are out there that need support, you know, I'd really love to be there to help and support you.
And I love the fact that, you know, of course, when people are sick, you don't always feel like getting up and studying or going out or showing your face to the world. So the fact that you can do this at home in your own time is amazing, because, you know, no one wants to be forced into anything, especially when they're sick. So, well, thank you for joining me today, Brigette, and I hope that lots of people join you and your school. So don't forget to get in touch with Brigette, and I'm going to post this video, and Brigette will too. So make sure you add her to your circles and like her Facebook page, and check out her website. So thank you for joining me, Brigette.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.